New poll from the University of Houston shows Texans support making the voting process easier.
Polling also shows people want to strengthen voter fraud penalties. Gerald Harris in the studio now with more on what this could mean for future elections.
The poll conducted this year in January between the 9th and the 19th shows an interesting attitude of voters, many wanting change to the way a ballot is accessed here in the Lone Star State. A new University of Houston poll on election reform is stirring conversation as the Texas state legislature considers changes to voting laws.
I don't think we're going to see any of the more progressive reforms passed. That would be online voter registration or universal no excuse absentee voting. What's more likely is we're going to see some of the Republican proposals passed.
And one of those proposals that has a 71% approval will be to increase the penalty for illegal voting from a misdemeanor to a felony.
Those need to be investigated, and certainly penalties and prosecution should ensue where warranted. And it's refreshing to see that Texans take this seriously.
Former Harris County clerk and current Houston mayoral candidate Chris Hollins, who came under fire in 2020 by Republicans for making it easier to vote.
Texas is the hardest state in the union to cast a ballot.
Says it makes sense that 71% of Texans would want to make voter registration available online, and 65% would allow absentee voting for any reason.
People love those services because they made this constitutional right easier for people in our community to access.
But with the prospect of absentee balloting and online voting registration being grim, Republicans say election reforms will be a mandate for the party.
It's not surprising at all to see that Texans are very interested in legislation that enhances election integrity.
And among some election reforms we could see in the Republican-dominated legislature is giving more authority to the Attorney General to prosecute and investigate individuals in local governments over election issues. Mia?